We assume that after watching the latest Ted Bundy movie, No Man of God, you dove headlong into extensive internet research on the many people who are somehow connected to the serial killer. Chances are, you just watched No Man of God. We understand. Ted Bundy's, Luke Kirby, time on death row is the focus of the new film. As he tells FBI agent Bill Hagmaier, Elijah Wood, about his crimes, a strange relationship develops between the two. While it may be interesting to put yourself in the shoes of a serial killer for a while, you may be more interested in what happened to the other people in Bundy's life. Notorious serial killer Theodore Ted Bundy admitted to killing 30 women in the 1970s. At the time of his death, his only living descendant was a daughter named Rose Bundy. It is remarkable to think that he was already on death row when his daughter was born. Birth and early years. Rose Bundy, also known as Rosa Bundy, is the daughter of the infamous American serial killer Ted Bundy. She was born on October 24, 1982, while her father was on death row in Florida. The identity of her mother is not publicly known and has been a source of controversy and speculation for many years. Little is known about Rose's early life and upbringing. It is believed that her mother and grandparents worked to keep her identity a secret to protect her from her father's notoriety and infamy. After Ted Bundy was sentenced to death and not allowed conjugal visits during his incarceration, rumors made the rounds about how Carol Ann Boone, Rose Bundy's mother, had become pregnant. Others believed Boone smuggled a condom into prison, instructed Bundy to put his genetic material inside, tied it tightly shut, and then tricked him into kissing her to give it back to her. Rule points out that the circumstances of Bundy's arrest did not require the use of such creative and expensive methods. At that time, bribing guards was a common practice, and the couple must have bribed him to have sex in the facility. For example, they were able to have sex behind a water cooler, on a table in the prison's park, and in a number of other rooms that were reportedly entered a few times. Both Bundy's longtime girlfriend Elizabeth Klerpfer and Klerpfer's daughter Molly have appeared in several shows and movies related to the Bundy case. And although Bundy played the role of a father figure to Molly when she was younger, the two are not related by blood. However, he was able to become a parent while on death row for his crimes. Rose, his biological daughter, was born in 1981. Her past is shrouded in mystery to some degree, but this is what we know about her: Carol Ann Boone Rose. Bundy's mother Carol Ann Boone and Ted Bundy first met in 1974 when they both worked for the Washington State Department of Emergency Services. This was the height of Bundy's career as a serial killer. Here's the kicker. In reality, he was helping hunt down a string of missing women he had already murdered. Woof. I liked Ted right off the bat. According to the book The Only Living Witness, the true story of serial sex killer Ted Bundy, we hit it off right away. Boone says, the book is about the true story of serial killer Ted Bundy. Rose Bundy mother, he gave me the impression of a fairly reserved person who had a lot more going on under the surface than what was visible on the surface. He was definitely more dignified and quiet than the more famous people walking around the office. Although Bundy was still involved with Klerpfer, he and Boone were dating, and Boone didn't seem too upset when he was sent to prison for possible murder. In fact, She paid him several visits while he was in jail and offered him cash, which facilitated one of his escape attempts. In 1979, when Bundy was on trial for his crimes, Boone moved to Florida to be closer to him and to serve as a character witness for Bundy's defense. At that point, literally at that very moment, he casually proposed to her, announcing that they were legally married under special legislation in the state of Florida. Although Bundy's prison didn't allow couples to see each other, Boone was able to give birth to their daughter Rose together in October 1981, even though it was against the rules. We suspect it wasn't that difficult to break that rule if you did a little snooping around. After the first day, they just didn't care, Boone said of Bundy's jailers in an audio recording used in the documentary series Conversations with a Killer, the Ted Bundy tapes released on Netflix. After the first day, Boone continued, they just didn't care. They came to us more than once, the witness said. Frequently asked questions, FAQs, who exactly is this Rose Bundy? Rose Bundy is the middle-aged woman who prefers to keep her life private and out of the media spotlight. Nevertheless, she gained fame because of her father, the serial killer Ted Bundy. Ted was an American serial killer responsible for the deaths of several young girls and children. How old is Rose Bundy at this point? As of January 2023, Rose Bundy is 40 years and 3 months old. Her birthday is October 4, 1982, which makes her a Scorpio star sign. Where exactly does Rose Bundy originally come from? The daughter of Ted Bundy was born in the state of Florida, in the United States of America. She spent her entire childhood in the same state until her parents separated. What is the new name that Rose Bundy has adopted? There are rumors that Rose and her mother both changed their names to hide who they were and live a quiet life. Abigail Griffin is said to be Rose Bundy's new name, but this could not be confirmed. Is it possible that Ted Bundy ever met his daughter? Even if Ted's daughter followed her mother to prison after she was born, it is not known if Ted ever met and talked to his daughter. At the time of her father's execution, she was just 6 years old. Ted Bundy, who was convicted of murdering at least 30 women in the 1970s, never publicly acknowledged the existence of his daughter. However, it is believed that he privately acknowledged her and even had a relationship with her mother while he was in prison. Final words. It is the tragic story of Rose Bundy, who was born into a world of infamy and notoriety due to the actions of her father. Despite this, it is important to remember that she is a victim in her own right, and her privacy and well-being should be respected.